Today I'm in the wood yard. Change is good. It's gonna happen, here we go. So the weather changed, so I decided to change my face. I got rid of the furry face because it's been getting hot. We've had a lot of high 80s and mid 90s and hot temperatures, and I was sweating the other day and I was hot, and I decided, you know, it's time to be naked. So I got rid of the furry face. And some of you are probably never seen me without a beard. I used to shave every summer, kind of once it got warm out, and then grow the fur back in the fall. That's probably what I'll do again. But I just got tired of being hot and sweaty, and it gets wet, and then it's wet. You can't really get it dry. So shaved her off last night. My wife thought, wow, you look like a younger man. I am a younger man. So we get rid of the white beard. It takes about 5 years off right now, maybe 10 even, I don't know. So today I'm going to be running the processor. First thing I'm going to do though, however, is this needs to go out into the bin. So we're going to take this load and we're going to put it up into the bin, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to clean out all of this debris here from yesterday's processing. Now that the weather is starting to look better, we've got some blue skies because it rained for like 3 days. We had rain all last night, and then this morning it rained for a while and it finally quit. So now I'm here. It's probably getting close to noon right now. And they're doing some land clearing, and the guy pulled in. He asked me where I wanted this load. I said, well, right over here would be good. So he's putting it down right here. So this is for a line that's going in. It's going to be gas line or power line they're putting in. So he's getting me a bunch of wood. So all this stuff right here is a mixture of everything. There's ash, there's hickory, there's popple. I see there's probably some elm in there, maybe some box elder. There's some pine, there's some spruce, so a little bit of everything. So that is 100% free wood. Now Bert's been getting a lot of the loads. He happened to be here when the guy dropped his cart off, and he said, well, I'll take it. And the guy came in and he asked me, he says, where do you want it? I said, well, it looks like processor wood. You can put it over here, I'll take it. So I'm getting some free wood. Bert got a bunch of it. So I think it was intended for me actually, because when the guy first stopped in, he saw the wood yard and he thought, hey, there's a wood yard. Maybe we can get rid of some wood here. And then Bert kind of intercepted the pass that was thrown to me, and he took all the wood. But today he came and asked me where I wanted it. I said, well, over here, that's where I want it. So I'm getting some wood. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna put this into the bin right now. Just letting her warm up. So here's the situation. Loose, very loose. So what happens when it gets real loose is it'll do this. The chain walks, so it kind of wobbles. So when it hits, especially if you're over up here where the belly of it hits, it wobbles. It's real loose, so it needs to be tightened up. So a lot of people ask what's on here. This is a, it says 4H. It's a harvester chain, so it's a 404 chain. X2, whatever that means, but it's a half chisel or rounded chisel. So it's rounded. I haven't sharpened it yet, and it's still plenty sharp. Usually we can get a couple semi-loads before it needs sharpening. This wood is all nice and clean, all this stuff that's going into the trailer. So I want to tighten this up. So what I got to do is I got to loosen these two nuts right here. Well, first I got to take this off. That's the oiler. Take that off. Loosen these two up. And then there is a bolt, a nut right here. Bolt. Where is it? I can feel it back there. Right up on top. It's right up there. So that's why that's the tensioner for going up and down. And then tighten these back up, and that's it. So I just got to grab the wrenches. All right. That one's loose. That one's loose. I think it's a different size in the back here. Yeah. It's a 9/16 up front, and then I think this is a half back here, which you'd think they'd put the same size on. But no. I think I'm going the right way. Is it getting tighter? Oh yeah. You don't want to get it too tight, just snug. It's actually pretty good right there. And then once I get it tightened, I check it because it can tighten up. Oh, it looks pretty good actually. That's done. Just got to reattach the oiler. And the oiler, for those of you that don't know, it just uses the same fluid to run everything. It's ATF is the oiler. All the same oil. So there's no bar oil. And it works just fine. For those of you that don't know, you don't need bar oil. Oil is oil when it comes to bars. It doesn't really matter. There it is. We're good to go. that. There's another load in there. So yeah, I was going along just fine. I was trying to finish up. I was going to do just a couple more pieces, and then this happened. I got greedy. I thought I could advance it and just kind of catch it with the clamp and then cut it. The whole thing tipped in. And then I can't get it from here, so I have to climb up inside of there and then pull it up through there and then cut it. This was a nasty one. This is one of the knots. There was like 5 or 6 knots on this log. I mean, like crotchy type things. And I had to flip them end for end a couple times because the wedge, it was all jammed up with other stuff. And it hit the knot and it just stopped. So I had to back it off, raise it up, flip it around. But you can see here, I was going to show you this because I did this the other day. You notice, you can see this tip is ground down. This tip is ground down. And this tip is ground down because these are extremely sharp. So when you reach in there, a lot of times you're reaching like this and you hit your forearm or your elbow right on that tip. So I just took those tips off so that they aren't so dangerous. I took them off on the other side too the other day. So there you go. All right, the load is on. Let's go elevate it into a bin. Empty trailer, lots of kindling. Look at that. I've been tossing the kindling off to the side there. So I'm going to be bundling that. I'm going to put it into a tote bladder, and that's how I'm going to store it for now. And I could fit a little more here, a little more into the middle. I think the back side here is full. Yeah, it's pretty full all the way down. A little bit of a hole right there, but yeah, those are 9-10 feet high, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Probably a half a load I can get in here, and that's going to be about it. And then we're going to have to find a new home for the hard maple. So getting tired, but I want to do one more load. So I'm going to take the trailer over, going to run another load, at least get it loaded. I don't know if I'll unload it, but at least I'll get a load cut. So that's what's happening. There it is, another heaping helping of hospitality in the woodyard. Got another load done, and I had all kinds of problems. I tried to load the deck double rows, and the logs, because they're crooked, they just roll through and on, and had some nasty ones. This one shouldn't be in there. Whenever you see a split one like this or a shattered one, it is not good. That you don't really want to run through the processor. It's on this end, so maybe we'll be okay. But what happens is your top one gets clamped, and as you cut through that, then it's loose. And then the clamp sometimes doesn't catch it just right because it's on the side and it tumbles and it'll shoot, and you get all kinds of shreds of splinters and bark and stuff flying. So those are not the ones you want to run. You want solid ones. There's an ugly one right there. So I made a dent. The pile was all the way out to here, so I did all that. Now I'm just a little bit of hard maple in here. There's one right there, here, there, here, there. Oh, that's ash, that's ash. Hard maple, hard maple, hard maple. There's a little bit more hard maple, but then there's a lot of ash. So I'll pick through this tomorrow. We'll get the rest of the hard maple done on this pile, and then the rest is ash. And then this here is all hard maple. There might be a stick of ash, but I think it's almost all hard maple. And then we got this pile here from that first load that we got, and that's all hard maple. There might be a piece of ash in there too. Don't know. All I know is it's getting dark. I'm extremely hungry. Got a lot done today. A lot of running around. Tomorrow, I'm gonna process more wood because that's what I'm doing, trying to get as much done as I can while I can, because next week I get really busy with other work. So I'm trying to get a bunch done right now. So tomorrow morning, I will be back. You're gonna be here at 5:30 a.m. I'll see you then. Good night, Irene.